So rapid fire, who was there at Retropalooza? As far as like guest wise and like panel wise and people that were visiting.
The biggest one there was obviously JK the Completionist. Gerard. He was the biggest one there. Then I think underneath him was Gaijin Goomba. And then underneath him was Trailer Drake. We had Trailer Drake. And then we had Norm the Gaming Historian. Then we had Pat the NES Punk. Then we had 8-Bit Eric. Game Chasers. Scott Squatch. And Taffeta Darla and she's Natalie Green. Sorry, Natalie, love you. They're both cosplayers. And then myself, obviously. And then
there was like Billy McDonald was there.
Right, a lot of our friends.
Game Bros were there.
Right, a lot of our friends were there. Sammy's Alavan was there.
Sammy, I saw him from across the way and I kept waiting for him to walk over. He never made his rounds because I had to stay at my table.
Because he wasn't buying. He was selling, bro.
Oh, see, I couldn't go over to him.
Dude, he was selling some good shit.
What?
He had some fucking...
He's kind of a minimalist too, right?
Yeah.
He handpicks what he wants.
See, that's what I'm doing now.
He's totally into like the most pristine stuff.
You get to that point where you just start becoming a connoisseur, I guess. Yep. Especially if space becomes an issue.
Walt Liquor asked if there were any after parties.
Ooh, that's on my list right here. Parties.
Listen, guys.
Okay, let's start.
We got some stories to tell you guys.
You were up there Friday night, so say what you want about Friday and I'll join you for Saturday.
Okay, so Friday night, I get to the convention center and I set up and I'm all set up and I have to go to eat dinner with a couple fans that invited me out, David and Haley.
You just have to. God,
I had to go out and
I just had to. Couldn't do
they invited,
shit.
man. And I had to go,
come on, now you're bound.
No, it's awesome. I love going out there. They're my friends. They're awesome friends of mine. And they invited me to go out to this place called Dan's Pizza. And it was right around the corner from the convention center.
I thought you said Dance Pizza. And I was like, wow, that sounds pretty good. But then I realized you said Dan's Pizza. Which sounds pretty good, too.
What kind of pizza? Like thin crust?
Like Dan can make pizza.
He's from Chicago.
Oh, so it was like...
So
deep dish?
He could have made it, but he was working on the toilets at the time. So...
Wait, what?
He was one of those kind of owners that... He was that kind of owner of a restaurant that just did it all.
Well, I'm saying, did they cut it into like squares or did they cut it into
in triangles, long triangles, like
New
York style almost.
New York style. Okay.
But so I had to go rush out to do that with them. I ate that and that was awesome. And thank you guys so much for that. It was so good. And then I had to return. Yeah, give them an applause.
I'll give them a golf clap.
That was good. And then I rushed back to the convention to finish off what I didn't set up, and a lot of people were still at the convention left. And afterwards, we just all went over to the hotel. We stayed at a Holiday Inn in right around like 3 or 4 miles down from the convention
Dude, that
center.
was a dope Holiday Inn.
That was a fucking amazing. The rooms,
it was really nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
God, they were so roomy. You can fit so many.
They were Holiday Inn that I haven't liked.
Dude, Holiday Inns are the shit, bro.
They're bathtubs.
They're awesome.
You could fit like 4 of these podcasts rooms in
one room. We were in. So there was 2 queen size beds and a sofa bed. And they were all lined up next to each other on the same wall. That's how big this place was. It was amazing.
Dude, the sofa bed, I don't think I've slept better at a convention. And it was a fucking sofa bed.
You slept on my couch.
I fell asleep and was out for the 6 or 7 hours we had. And I got up to sell again because I was actually going to sleep in. And Chief gets up with whoever... Who were we staying with?
Rockula. He was the sound guy for the panels at Retropalooza. He handled all... Our tech issues for the panel rooms.
Yeah. I'm just trying to remember his name. Anyway, get back to the parties on Friday.
We check in, we get upstairs, and there is a room that is designated just for parties because last couple years they've been using my room for the party, and I almost get fucking kicked out every year because no one cares that it's my fucking room. And it's fucking stupid.
It happened to us.
It happened to us.
It happened to me that one year. Remember when it was in my room?
Remember that year you brought those fucking speakers in your backpack?
Exactly.
And we had all those people in our room.
Redneck Chris came by.
Were you there when we got knocked on by the security?
Redneck Chris brings his boombox.
Yeah, that motherfucker.
And then you bring your
I had to keep
boombox.
telling him.
Yep.
I had to keep telling him like.
And then Alpha plays death metal.
That's the thing. Alpha took over, and he was like, it just turns into
Yeah, like constant.
And
And it's like a goddamn. It's like Ziggy Marley concert in here. I don't run to those type of people. That was what it was basically like. So that's what we're notorious for, though. We always have parties.
So we got a designated. There's a designated fucking party room where you don't like you can fuck around, you can get kicked out. Doesn't matter.
Well, didn't they like rent out a whole floor to keep the noise down? But they didn't.
We rent the whole third floor was Retropalooza.
But
that was the whole floor.
They didn't think about beneath.
Yeah, they didn't. Yeah, second floor. The second floor wound up complaining and shit.
The chud.
But we had the whole third floor, and we partied in a room that was right across from my room, and I could hear all the fucking shenanigans going. I was in the room for the longest time, but. You know, you can only party. You have to. I'm a vendor. I have to sell. Like I had to get up early in the morning.
Is it just me, or every time you like catch Gerard for a picture, like whoever's stopping him, he gets this surprised ass deer in the headlight look? Hey, yeah, that's cool. I don't know. Like I remember.
Yeah, I'll sign it.
That's funny. No, he's one of the nicest
cool
guys, dude.
Yeah, I love that guy.
Yeah, he's cool as shit.
So the Saturday night party, and this is what I want to explain, is because this is what I think most people are asking is like, who don't attend these things. Okay, what goes on in these rooms, right? There's the typical people drinking beers.
Yeah.
There's people
various forms of debauchery.
Yeah, there's some, various liquor bottles and people are taking shots and people are pouring shots. And there's some music going, maybe there's a video game like Smash Bros or something being played on the TV, and there's just groups of 4 and 5 just kind of talking, and it kind of just, converses through that. There's always some fucking crazy drama. I don't know why.
There's always some.
There's always some drama.
It's always from people that aren't part of the group.
The core.
It's like
right,
because it's like we're all friends. All the YouTubers are friends, and it was pretty much a place.
If you totally chilled till
if you were
gonna
separate the core group for a weekend retreat, that would be like the ideal setup.
Right. And
but whatever.
But the lesson learned, and this seriously, you said it. It's always someone who's like, "Does anyone know who this person is? Why are they here?"
And they're the ones that start the trouble.
And then some shit goes down,
and it's them. It's like, and that's what happened on Saturday night. We're partying it up.
Man,
we were loud as fuck. It was like 3 or 4 in the morning, and some drama happened, and it
crazy drama, like it killed the whole party. Everyone leaves, kind of drama.
Yeah, it was stupid, and it was from people that didn't belong in the group.
Why can't people just be happy? You're having a good time.
It was
chilling,
wild, dude.
You're feeling good.
It was like,
why make it uncomfortable? So uncomfortable that they have to call security on you.
It was chill until they fucking came up and fucked it all up.
People aren't paying good money to stay at these places, so you get kicked out. Like, have your fun and feel good. But don't be a jackass.
It was the typical, male female get drunk, shit goes down. One accuses the other. It's he said, she said, but they're both drunk. So no one, I don't know what the fuck went down really. All I hear is stories.
No, and then
a little bit more, motherfucker.
And then the chick sends her Bahama Mama best friend up to the fucking room.
You never know what adjective he's gonna use.
That's the one.
She was a big one. Yeah. She was a big one. She come up and she's like, "Who the fuck is my friend?"
Fufu.
Yeah, man. And then everybody fessed. The one guy fessed to it. And
that was when it was like, I was like, okay, these accusations. We're not gonna say specifics, but these accusations are ridiculous. And then someone was like, yeah, that happened, and I'm like, wait, what? Wait, is this really going down right now?
We'll have to talk about this off camera.
And then,
we will.
Okay.
I had my speaker there, and Rockula had his laptop, and he left early, and he's like, "Take care of my laptop." So I'm like, "I'm sorry, guys, I got to pack up the party, and everybody's taking off." I mean, not like I destroyed the party. Everybody was already leaving. I'm just grabbing stuff, and we took off. But it was really fun up till like 3 a.m. We had music going. Everyone's talking. Everyone's chilling. 8-Bit Eric's getting crazy.
Yeah, he's getting pretty fucking pissed off.
Jordan, it was so funny.
It was.
No, he wasn't getting pissed off, was he?
He got pissed off for a quick second because he didn't like that, the party died because of fucking strangers,
There was, let me point into...
It's better than everyone getting kicked out, though.
Yeah.
Let me give 3 really funny insights that we won't have to go into too much depth, but at one point, everyone started egging Eric on to do something specific.
Oh, yes.
For $1 or $2. It was really funny.
Yeah, but we can't go into specifics because
It's usually like one of three things.
It was,
But for the most part,
it was
you and
funny.
me,
It was
you and me,
hilarious. Everybody was. I don't know, it was funny.
we had our little clique over in the corner. We were talking to Gerard and Gaijin Guma pretty much all night.
Yeah, just hanging
Out and listening to music videos.
I
Trailer
don't think we
Drake
even mentioned Wood. Did we? Beat 'em ups earlier.
was
Wood?
he there? Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, he was there. Wood was
Yeah,
there.
fuck yeah. What was there? We hung with Wood and no, but there was something else. Then there was like I don't know how to describe this, guys. There was a butt contest between the guys.
Oh yeah, they wanted to see who had the better butt.
It's so funny.
Alpha and Shady J, like I got the better butt. I got the better butt. And they asked JK the completionist if they could grip their asses to see who had the firmer butts.
It
Just
was
strictly
quite
firmness?
hilarious.
Yeah, just strict firmness.
Oh, okay.
I got pulled into it. It got messy.
But
not
are we
in the
talking
way you're
about like?
thinking.
Are we talking about like symmetry and just overall?
See, I don't know what his
I didn't
judging
ask.
parameters were.
Because you can grab an ass and it can be hard as a rock, but it doesn't look voluptuous or curvy or fucking.
I didn't ask.
Apparently, I
You
didn't.
see a bubble butt and you're like, damn, that's a bubble butt.
I didn't ask.
I was in the lineup. I didn't get chosen as number one. That's all I got to say. So I don't know what his parameters were.
Who was number one, Jay?
It was either.
Alpha or J?
I think it was Alpha one.
Was it Alpha?
Yeah. And then I have a. I
They
also
were probably
have
just grabbing bone then.
I also have the only photo I took the whole night, and I'm not sure. I don't even remember taking it, so it must have been late in the night because I didn't have my camera or anything, and I have it on my phone. I was just scrolling through for something today, and I see a picture of Jay doing Wood's hair in the middle of the
braiding.
hotel, and I was like, "Oh, okay, that's on my phone. That's funny."
They were braiding there. Jay fucking straightened his hair.
It looked dope, dude.
He had a fucking amazing hair, dude. It was gorgeous.
Like a Pantene Pro
It
V
looked
commercial.
like
He's
it looked
like,
like my hair
that.
that time. I got it straightened.
Like a samurai.
It looked dope.
Like a samurai.
It was awesome. I had fun.
I was gonna hit something that I got confused, and I don't know where it is.
And buttons everywhere.
Yep. Okay, so those were the stories. We got sales and deals. What did you pick up? Anything specific?
I did.
Okay, what'd you pick up?
So I pull into when I first pulled in on Friday. I'm setting up. I'm taking my shit out, right, and I see fucking Kingsley off into the distance.
He's such a jolly.
Oh, shout out to Kingsley. We didn't even say his
Yeah.
name.
Oh yeah, Kingsley
See, guys,
was there at a
we're gonna
booth.
forget. Someone's gonna be like, "Man, they mentioned everyone but me." Like,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
There were
because
so many of our
Kingsley.
friends there.
There were so many people.
Kingsley's the shit.
Right.
Yeah. So I see Kingsley, and it just so happens that Kingsley's selling boxes. I just so happen to be into fucking boxes. I said to Kingsley, what do you want for this gorgeous looking Super Nintendo box?
You have a monocle.
What are you
top hat,
asking?
sir.
Excuse me, sir.
What do you ask for this box that's disgusting looking? It was gorgeous, but I try to play it off.
Right.
And then he's
This
like,
piece of shit mint box.
he actually did give me a good solid. I got it for $40. You know,
Okay, what was it?
it was a Super Nintendo box.
Oh, cool.
Nothing inside of it.
Do you remember that time I got that complete
I did.
mint
You got it for $100
condition for $100?
Yeah,
All complete.
that was years ago though.
Wow.
That was years ago.
That was years.
before the
On
boom.
eBay.
That was before the boom, the retro boom.
So I pick up that box from him. I was super happy, and I try to keep it out of my way, behind where my station was. So I kept it up on the shelf
You don't
high.
want to get fucked up.
And everybody and their fucking grandmother was asking me for that damn thing, bro. Like everyone, like literally.
So
like,
if you were Joe Schmo, what would that box be sold for?
$40 was about right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's about average. But with the system and all that, it jumps up to like $150. But it's got to have the styrofoam. It's got to have
The inserts.
right,
the-
both controllers, the AC, all the good, all that shit's got to be in
Coaxial.
there. So I left it up there, and everyone, and if I wanted to, I could have easily sold that box over. But no, I wanted that box. And then another time, I was walking around, and I see this fan of mine walking around with he had a Sega Master System box under his armpit. And I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, you just bought that? He goes, yeah, I just bought this. I wanted the system. He goes, I don't really care for the box. And my eyes lit the fuck up. I'm like, you don't want that box? Because I'm a box master. I'm like, I
will
want
cut you for that
I
box.
want
I love the box.
that box. So I go, you don't want the box? I'll buy the box. I'll do it. Just pass it on over here. No,
you have all these different characters you go into for conventions.
I just
you got
want
top
the
hat
box.
guy. You got bumbling idiot.
I want the box.
Old Jewish lady. Okay, wait. So we're not finished up quite yet with Retropalooza, but we're getting there. So the panel finishes everything off, and I just want to give a perspective outside of Chief's, because he was the headline of the panel. It was his panel, and let me tell you about his crowd. They love this guy. Everyone that was in that crowd loved Chief. We're gonna do a little clap right here because.
That's a weak ass clap. Man. Don't give me the golf clap, but there you go. That's more fitting.
No, seriously, dude.
Fitting.
I mean,
cool, I guess.
everyone. When you were asking questions, everyone's hands up whole time. They're ready to ask questions.
A lot
they're ready
of
to talk to you.
questions.
And I realized I'm up there to provide some support for you and to talk a little bit. But dude, they wanted to talk to you. They wanted to hear from you. They were excited to see you. They wanted to talk about dumpster diving. That was the main topic. Everyone kept bringing it up, but you handled the crowd really well. There were some young kids. There were some wise people there, and there was some amazing.
I handled
mixture of everyone.
I handled everything accordingly.
It was fantastic.
You looked around the table like you had things organized when you said that.
Let me just make sure everyone's in order.
I had a lot of things to handle at the time. I did a lot of. I was really
stuff.
busy.
It was a lot of hard work.
You handed out stuff the whole time.
All the whole time
Questions.
I actually stole some people from Scott Squatch. I came in like 10 minutes early, and his panel was like really quiet, and I just said, "Why is it so quiet in here?" And I yelled out, "You guys want some more free stuff? Then stick around." So, and a lot of people wound up sticking around, and
That's cool, dude.
But they were already going to stick around because I was the one next. But at the same time, this lady who was the son, or she was the mother of that kid that was right in the front, kept asking all the questions. She came up to me after the panel and told me that she had the most fun at my panel. She's like, I went to 2 panels today, and I didn't laugh. I laughed harder at yours than I did at any of them at all. And she goes, "You interacted with my son. I'm sorry the way he was acting." But I was like, "No, that was awesome."
He was like a highlight of the whole show.
Yes.
It's like y'all scripted it in.
It
y'all
felt
had this
like
script going back and forth. Like it was some sitcom.
The energy between me and this kid was like insane. It was awesome. It was like we got both our comedic timing down.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And I know that it seemed like I was like being mean to him, but it was all in jokes, you know?
No, it was perfect. And then
Jesting.
And then I'm like, oh, this is going so great. Let me. I know what to say. I'm going to chime in. Then crickets. And I'm like, damn, man, fucking A. This is not easy.
And then when I'd say something,
you know
dude,
what?
they would all fucking laugh and just go all
Like
crazy.
back in the day, they'd have like artists. Yeah, exactly. They would have like rock stars bring out like comedians to open for them.
Yeah.
And they would get booed off stage because that's not what people were there for. You know, it was specific to that. And these comedians are like David Cross and people who are geniuses. So
Wow.
A lot of people just go to that for that specific person, you know?
Yeah, they were there for Chief. I
Or
realized.
whatever it may be.
They were there
you know.
for Chief.
But it was still fun.
Yeah,
You know,
it's cool.
whenever we got a chance to go down the line to talk.
yeah, like the retro. What's your favorite retro console and game?
Yeah.
That was a fun question.
Yeah, I remember a lot of questions were geared towards like what were your favorite games or what were your favorite retro games, and then I answered right away because I already knew. And then Damien, I'm like, okay, Damien, like you got to think fast, motherfucker. Like
He's
you
like,
can't.
duh.
And I'm like, next, like go next, like next Machine Game, and Machine Games had one right off the top of his
You got to
head.
have like something that just snaps in your memory. That's
You just
something
got to
you did
keep
over
talking,
and over.
man. You got to keep going.
Well,
Don't
no,
stop.
like especially on specific questions like that. It's like you can ask anyone.
You got to have them already set in your mind.
Yeah,
like what if they you got to
what's
have
your
them anticipated.
iconic? What's that icon for you? You know?
Yeah,
What's
like you have to
iconic?
have that, and you say it so many times that when you hear that question, boom, it just
Yeah.
automatically comes
Yeah,
out. You know,
exactly.
Like for me, like what's your favorite retro game? When you're growing up, a fucking Fantasy Star from Sega Master System. I'll say that all fucking day, all day long. You know,
Right.
like it's ingrained into my memory. So
Star Fox 64.
Right, for you.
Yeah.
But when it got down to Damien, that I guess he's not so used to those really quick questions asked. You got to be fast too, because if you sit there going like,
it's like a quick time event. You don't do it, you're gonna die.
yeah, basically,
You don't hit A in time.
You don't
Hit
want
B instead of A.
It's like it's the same thing like radio. It's called dead time. Like you don't want dead air. You don't want dead air.
That's a great level on Left 4 Dead.
It is. It's a fucking awesome, amazing level on Left 4 Dead Part 1.
Yeah.
But you don't want dead air. Dead air is the most awkward fucking time of anything, whether you're doing a radio show, whether you're doing a fucking TV show. Dead air sucks because it's awkward. So just keep talking, even if it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, you just keep on going.
Just keep on going, man. Don't
doing.
stop filling every fucking second of every fucking time you're on there with talk, babble. Who gives a shit?
Yep.
I was just lucky enough to be, I was telling Will and these guys earlier, I was lucky enough to be given the gift of gab and gab. And,
Gift of gab.
I love talking. I can't shut it up. Damien was telling me, he's like, dude, you talked pretty much the whole fucking time I was up there. And that's because, I try to keep it going. I tried to keep it
Gabby Levenstein.
And like when it's quiet,
That's why Damien was like opening frisbees and throwing them to the crowd. He was like, whatever.
Because
Fuck it, I'll be the hype guy. I'll merch.
If I was to be quiet, none of these three would take point and talk about something they'd want. They would just like wait for either they would wait for me to point at them, or they would wait for a question.
Well, and to be fair, man, like it's just hard. Once you get on a roll, it's hard to get a goddamn word in edgewise.
It's true.
Like if you say something that I want to make a point, well,
I don't
fuck
let you
me,
talk.
right? Yeah, well, fuck me, right? Yeah, maybe I'll bring it back up here in 5 minutes.
All right, last two things I want to hit with Retropalooza before we move on, because I did want to spend this good portion of time on it. It was such a big event. It's going to be coming back October 1st and 2nd.
October 1st, 2nd.
And what I'm going to... that was not... Let's try that again.
Shotgun blast
October
again.
1st, 2nd.